If you want to learn how to do an oil change on a third-gen Toyota Tacoma, I'm going to show you everything you need to know with detailed step-by-step instructions to make this a very simple job. Because my truck is lifted, we will not be using jack stands. This is what you're going to need here. For my truck, it's the Mobile One Zero Winter 20 that we're looking for. Something, your drain pan, so you could drain your oil into this and not make a mess. It's got a little spout so you can get rid of it. You're going to need the oil filter tool. This is what it looks like, brand new, and it says specifically for a Toyota, Lexus, and Scion. What that's going to do is open your oil filter canister so you can change this out, and this also comes with some new gaskets. You're also going to need a rag, some gloves, keep your hands nice and clean, and a nice 14mm wrench. If your truck's not lifted, go ahead and throw the jack stands and the jack on there. The oil filter and the oil cost us about $30 together, and the rest of it is all stuff that we have. A 12mm socket or wrench so that we can remove the skid plate bolts. Alright, feel free at this point to open your oil cap. This is the 3.5 liter motor. This will take 6 quarts. Always refer to your owner's manual for all the information you need. We got 4 total bolts holding the skid plate, and so we're going to start getting those now. They're going to be pretty much on all 4 corners of the skid plate. And the skid plate will drop, and it's held right where he's pointing by these little L brackets that prevent this from hitting the flow. Yeah, he said hitting you in the face. That makes more sense. So this is where you want to use your socket to open and drain your canister filter. Use this. Everything's tight in there. And this is going to remove the oil from the oil filter canister. At this point, it is definitely all done draining because we're just getting little drips and drops. Go ahead and take this key out. Yeah, by the way, the key comes with the filter inside the box. This here is the oil filter cap retaining clip. Just take it off by pulling it straight down. And this cap is what you're gonna use at this point.
So it fits to that key. There's a key right here. There's a cut up, and just fit in there.
Grab the canister's booty and twerk it. There it is.
In the canister, you got 3 ribs. It'll sit. You see that?
So go ahead and spin this off. Just cleaning off the canister filter housing cap. Get that out. New gasket goes on. You use the new oil to lubricate the gasket like this. We're going to do the same thing with the smaller gasket here. Just peel it off. Wipe it down, get all the old stuff, crummy stuff off. We'll put the new gasket on. And we'll lubricate that thing as well. Getting a little oil out of here. Just touch it really lightly.
It's not directional, so it's basically the same thing, right? But if you want to be spiky, just use the printing as top part. You see it right there, just like that. Make sure this is screwed in. Okay, I don't know what the torque spec is, but you just wanna make sure you snug it. You don't want over tighten it, or else you'll end up replacing the whole canister, and it's gonna be very expensive. I'll go ahead and place over here. And that's just to lock in that filter.
We tightened it up a little bit, and so it's going to be a little bit hard to get back on. But this functions to prevent the canister filter cap from rotating loose. Make sure you have the lock pin fully seated, and that is what the pin looks like fully seated.
See these little canister filters done. Moving on to draining the engine oil, the used engine oil. Go. Crack it open and then finger loose it and let it drain. Don't forget, you got a washer in this plug right here. If it's damaged, replace it. If it's still good to go, you can still reuse it, but I recommend always replacing it. And we don't have extra washer here, so I'm gonna just reuse this one since it's still good.
Alright, so that is done draining now. We'll reinstall the drain plug bolt. We're going to grab that 14.
Alright, we're done over here.
We're adding the oil. You want to use a funnel for this part. Remember to put that gas cap back on, you're going to have a big mess. So let's go ahead and test start. We are going to let the car idle now for about 2 minutes, and then we'll turn it off. And at that point, we're going to check for leaks, and we'll check the oil level, see what it looks like. While we have the car on here, we're going to go ahead and reset. So what you go do is hit this back arrow, which is telling you to go back. So we hit the back arrow. You want to find settings. Mine is on the settings right now because I was messing with this a little earlier. So back, I'm going to hit settings and maintenance reset. Reset the maintenance reminder. Yeah, let's do it. You can also use tape and just write a mileage indicator on your piece of tape right there if you like. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and turn this off. And let's go check for any leaks. So we're looking for leaks in between the body and the cap, right where he's pointing there. And it looks really good there. It doesn't look like there's anything on the bottom gasket seal as well, which is great. So now we're going to check the bolt. And the rear bolt looks good. There's no oil on the actual bolt there. Hang the skid plate back on the hooks, one on the right, one on the left. And it should hang freely just like that when you got it correctly. There's 4 bolts to go back on. The first 2 are gonna go in the back, and the last two are gonna go in the front. If you can see that, it looks like we need one more quart there. We're going to dip it one more time just to make sure. And a note to self, you definitely don't want to go over the second line, so we are a little bit past the first line there. Just tighten it nice and firm. If you are a quart low on oil, the Tacoma is not telling me this, so you will need to check your oil manually. Dispose of your used oil appropriately. If you don't know where to have it disposed of, usually where you buy the oil, if it's an auto center, is willing to recycle it for you. And this stuff is really bad for the environment, so please recycle. And the filter is going to be recycled at the same place as the oil. That's how you do the oil canister filter replacement and oil change on your third generation Tacoma. If you have any concerns about the specs on anything, always refer to your owner's manual. Enjoy your Tacoma. It is well below freezing. Look at this.